जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय
जय
राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय
जय
गोपी
गोपी
जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय
जय
गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन भज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन
गिरिवरधन व्रज
जनरञ्जन
जनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारि यमुनातीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय
राधा
राधा माधव
कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय
जय
गोपी
गोपी
जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय
जय
गिरिवरधारी
गिरिवरधारी
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
हरे
हरे राम राम
राम
राम
राम
राम
हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा
कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे
हरे राम हरे
राम
राम
राम राम
राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा
कृष्ण
कृष्णा
कृष्ण
हरे
हरे हरे
राम हरे राम
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 हरे
हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
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 Hare Hare,
Hare.
Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Gurudev,
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 Gurudev, Jaya Jaya
Jaya
Gurudev.
Gurudev,
Gaura Hari
Vivo.
Bol, Hari
Hare
Bol,
Bol,
Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari
Haribo,
Bol, Hari Bol,
Hare Bol,
Hari
Hare
Bol,
Haribo,
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Haribo.
Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Namo Vishnupada Paramahansa Prabhupada Ashtottashata His Divine Grace. Abhay Charavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Founder Acharya, Beauty Founder Acharya, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Kori Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। श्री श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा माई जमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। बृहद मेघांगा बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। उपस्थित समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि
Hare Krishna.
all glories to assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
All glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
वासुदेवाय
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. Mataji, are you going to share the screen?
Do you know what, Prabhu? I'm not, because I'm trying to live stream and it's not working. Can you share this your screen, or do you want me to do?
Yeah, because as we are doing it, I'm not the host anymore. So that's why I can't.
I thought I've given whoever is speaker the ability, far out, to share the screen. I thought, hold on, now I'm completely lost. Yeah, you can share the screen. I've given, just a moment.
Okay.
Okay, just a moment. I can share the screen, Prabhu. Sorry. Jai. Can you see?
Yeah. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Canto 4, the creation of the fourth order, chapter 30, the activities of the Prachetas, and we are going to read verse number 16. Aprithak dharma shilanam.
Apritak dharma shilanam.
Aprithak dharma shilanam.
Apritak
Dharma Shilana.
Sarvesham va samadhyama.
Sarvesham Vasamadhyama.
Sarvesham va sumadhyama.
Sarvesham Vasamadhyama.
Aprithak dharma shileyam.
आपृथक्
Dharma
धर्मशीलेयम्
Shilayam.
Aprithak dharma shileyam.
आपृथक्
Dharma
धर्मशीलेयम्
Shilayam.
Bhuyat patni arpita shaya.
भूयात् पत्नी अर्पिताशया
Bhuyat patni arpita shaya.
भूयात् पत्नी अर्पिताशया
Aprithak dharma shilanam.
आपृथक् धर्मशीलानाम्
Sarvesham va sumadhyama.
सर्वेषां वा सुमध्यमा
अपृथक् धर्मशीलयाम्
अपृथक् धर्मशीलेयम्
भूयात् पत्नी अर्पितस्या
भूयात् पत्नी अर्पिताश्रया
अपृथक् धर्मशीलनाम्
अपृथक् धर्मशीलानाम्
सर्वेषां वा सुमध्यमा
सर्वेषां वा सुमध्यमा
अपृथक् धर्मशीलयाम्
अपृथक् धर्मशीलेयम्
भूयात् पत्नी अर्पितस्या
भूयात् पत्नी अर्पिताशया
हरे कृष्ण
अपृथक् धर्मशीलानाम्
अपृथक् धर्मशीलानाम्
सर्वेषां वा सुमध्यमा
सर्वेषां वा सुमध्यमा
अपृथक् धर्मशीलयाम्
अपृथक्
धर्मशीलयाम्
धर्मशीलेयम्
भूयात् पत्नी अर्पितस्या
भूयात्
भूयात्
पत्नी
पत्नी
अर्पितस्या
अर्पिताशया अपृथक् धर्मशीलानाम्
अपृथक् धर्मशीलनाम्
सर्वेषां वा सुमध्यमा
सर्वेषां वा सुमध्यमा
अपृथक् धर्मशीलेयम्
अपृथक् धर्मशीलयाम्
भूयात् पत्नी अर्पिताशया
भूयात् पत्नी अर्पितस्या
अपृथक् धर्मशीलानाम्
अपृथक् धर्मशीलनाम्
धर्मशीलानाम्
सर्वेषां वः सुमध्यमा
सर्वेषां
सर्वेषां वा
सुमध्यमा
अपृथक् धर्मशीलेयम्
अपृथक्
धर्मशीलेयम्
भूयात् पत्न्यर्पिताशया
भूयात् पत्नी अर्पितस्या
अपृथक् धर्मशीलानाम्
अपृथक् धर्मशीलनाम्
धर्मशीलानाम्
सर्वेषां वा सुमध्यमा
सर्वेषां वा सुमध्यमा
अपृथक् धर्मशीलेयाम्
अपृथक् धर्मशीलयाम्
धर्मशीलेयम्
भूयात् पत्नी अर्पितस्या
भूयात्
पत्नी
पत्नी
अर्पितस्या
अर्पिताशया
Thank you. Word by word meaning. Aprithak,
अपृथक्
without difference.
without
without differences.
Dharma,
Dharma,
occupation.
occupation.
Shilanam,
Nilanam,
whose character.
whose
whose
character
character.
Sarvesham,
Sarvesham,
all.
all.
Vah,
Vaha,
of you.
of you.
Sumadhyama,
Sumadhyama,
a girl whose waist is slender.
a girl whose waist is slender.
Aprithak,
Aprithak,
without differences.
without differences.
Dharma,
Dharma,
occupation.
occupation.
Shila,
Sila,
well behaved.
well behaved.
Iyam,
Yam,
this. Bhuyat,
Bhuya,
may she become.
may she become
Patni,
Patni,
wife.
wife.
Arpita Ashaya,
Arpita Ashaya,
fully surrendered.
fully surrendered.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jadguru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Translation, we read together. You brothers
You brothers
are all of same nature,
are all of
of the
same
same
nature.
nature,
being my devotees
Being my
being my
devotees
devotees
and obedient son of your father.
and
and
obedient
obedient
sons of
sons
the
of
Father.
your Father.
Similarly,
Similarly,
that girl is also
that
That
girl
girl
is
is also
also
of the same type
of the same
the
type
same type
and is dedicated to all of you.
and
and
is
is
dedicated
dedicated
to
to all of
all
you.
of you.
Thus, both the girl and you,
Thus,
Thus,
both the
both
girl
the
and
girl and
you,
you,
the son of Prachini Barhishat,
the
the
sons of
sons of
Prachini
Krishna
Bharashat,
Barhishat,
are on the same platform,
are on the
on
same
the same
platform,
platform,
being united on a common principle.
being
being
united
united
on a
on
common
a
principle.
common principle.
The Bhaktivedanta purport. According to Vedic principle, a woman cannot have many husbands, although a husband can have many wives. In special instances, however, it is found that a woman has more than one husband. Draupadi, for instance, was married to all of 5 Pandava brothers. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead ordered all the sons of Prachini Barhishat to marry the one girl born of the great sage Kandu and Pramalocha. In special cases, a girl is allowed to marry more than one man, provided she is able to treat her husband equally. This is not possible for an ordinary woman. Only one who is specially qualified can be allowed to marry more than one husband. In this age of Kali, to find such a equipoised woman is very difficult. Thus, according to scripture, Kalau Pancha Vivajayat. In this age, a woman is forbidden to marry her husband's brother. This system is still practiced in some of the hilly tracts of India. The Lord says, Aprithak dharma shelayam bhuyat patni arpita shaya. With the blessing of the Lord, all things are possible. The Lord specially blessed the girl to surrender equally to all brothers. Aprithak dharma, meaning occupational duty without difference of purpose, is taught in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 primary divisions: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. The word yoga means acting on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As confirmed by Bhagavad Gita 3.9, Yagnarthat karmano anyatra loko yam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma konteya mukta sangha samachara. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work binds one to this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain unattached and free from bondage. One may act according to his own occupational duty just to satisfy the Yagna Purusha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is called Aprithak Dharma. Different limbs of the body may act in different ways, but the ultimate objective is to maintain the entire body. Similarly, if we work for the satisfaction of Supreme Personality of Godhead, we will find that we satisfy everything. We should follow in the footsteps of Prachetas, whose only aim was to satisfy the Supreme Lord. This is called Aprithak Dharma. According to Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, verse 66, Sarvadharmam parityaja mamekam sharanam braja. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. This is the advice of Lord Krishna. Our only aim should be to act in Krishna consciousness for the satisfaction of the Lord. This is oneness or aprithak dharma. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manohishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shivata Padakamalab Shri Guru Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sharitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Rita Shri Vishakanitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishohana Sute De Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vescha Kripa Sindhu Vaevacha Patithanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhar Shiva Shadi Shri Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kabhiviriritam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Bhuviennati Vibhuridājana Bhuviennati Vibhuridājana Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, everyone. So today, as we are going through this, the whole section from the allegorical story to now the pastimes of the Prachetas. Today we are today, like when I was going through this, it's actually a very powerful verse. This actually, when I was trying to think that what are the points that we can discuss. The main theme is aprithak dharma. That is the main theme of this verse. And then I was thinking that what some of the practical ways that we can present this, so that it can be useful for all of us to understand that why the emphasis has been given here on aprithak dharma. So just thinking of that, I was thinking, being from my perspective, being involved in the service of organizing festivals or events in past years or recently, that the four-day festivals. Obviously, when we all come together and try to do something, time to time we find that it becomes sometimes really we struggle to work together. I'm not even talking about outside, in the materialistic activities, even in the spiritual activities, that sometimes becomes it's a big struggle. Even we see that pastimes also, that sometimes even sincere devotees struggle to work together. Although everyone's they chant the same Maha Mantra, read the books, we listen to the classes, we worship Sri Gaurnitai. So yet, misunderstanding comes. There are difference of thoughts that comes, and it creates issues. So then why that happened? So this verse actually answered that question. So when like the Lord, after the Prachetas, they did their sadhana, the Lord is telling this verse to the Prachetas, Aprithag dharma shiladam sarvesham va sumadhyama aprithag dharma shileyam bhuyat patni arpitasaya. You are all of the same nature, united in character and purpose. And this girl is also the same, has the same quality, fully surrendered in heart. Therefore, you are all on the same platform. So, 10 brothers, 10 different personalities. They're not like single personality. They are, say, 10 different personalities, 10 minds, but one heart. And how is it possible? Like, if that's the same thing, everyone has different personalities, different minds, but then one heart, how is it possible? And that's where this word aprithak dharma means no difference in purposes. Externally different, but internally united. And it just it's interesting that again Prabhupada shows that the so-called Western system, how they have so much emphasized on religion. Dharma and religion is very different things. Dharma here it is how Prabhupada has translated as occupation. Prabhupada didn't put dharma as religion. We all know that. So that's why we need to understand that this dharma, actually aprithak dharma, what does it mean? So let's try to if we visualize this scene, that the Prachetas performed austerity underwater for 10,000 years, right? And they did that austerity underwater. What to talk about for me to sit down and do 16 rounds at one place is a big struggle. But they did that, their sadhana, for 10,000 years. Imagine that, And obviously, on top of that, there is no distraction, like no mobile phones, no no Facebook, no Netflix, and no chit chat. So just meditation and glorification of the Lord. And not even a single brother said that I can't, I'm done, I can't take this anymore. Because every one of them were spiritually aligned. They are all spiritually aligned, that this is what we need to achieve. So that's why sometimes, the word unity in diversity, especially people like me who grew up in India, we have heard this many times. Unity in India means unity in diversity. India has so much diversity, but we are united. But how many people actually understand what does it mean by unity? If we understand what is the concept of unity, half of the problem will go out. Unity actually doesn't come from comfort. Unity doesn't mean that, okay, if we all do something which we are comfortable with. No, because definitely me from the other persons are different. What I like to do, the other person may not like to do that. So if we want to be together, then whatever I am doing, that person needs to adjust with that, and I'm also adjust with that person. So unity comes from shared sacrifice and shared purpose. So the sacrifice needs to be done, and purpose also needs to be shared. And this is where we see that why Srila Prabhupada's famous comment, that he said that if you love me, like, your love will show through how you cooperate with each other. That's basically again, like when we are trying to cooperate with each other, it has to be like, we can't just simply cooperate, like, cooperating with each other is not a easy thing. I'm sure all of you know that, especially when we are trying to do together, like, come together and trying to achieve something. It's time to time it becomes really hard. But then where this cooperation comes from, cooperation doesn't only come from that, okay, we all just like whatever I'm saying, you all do that. No, what someone is saying, listen to that person, and whatever, if there is a benefit there, try to take it, try to do that. And by doing it, I might need to do some sacrifice, but I'm happy to do a sacrifice because our purpose is same. That's where the unity comes. So this is where, like, for the prachetas, that's where their mindset is. So then the next part is where we see the Lord arranges this one girl to marry all the 10 brothers, right? This is like, normally this is not allowed in Vedic culture, but there are like, specific circumstances where it happens, like Draupadi in Mahabharata, who married all the five Pandavas, right? But that was exceptional. Similarly, here it is also exceptional. But why could this work? It is also been explained here. Because she was Arpita Shaya. That is another word. So one word, two words, that the Apritak Dharma, and that is for the Prachetas. And for the girl, the word the Lord mentioned is Arpita Saya, fully surrendered in heart. And because she is fully surrendered in heart, and the Prachetas are all were Apritak Dharma, they are united. All of them were united in devotional intention, right? So without this understanding, without that, like, intention to adjusting with each other and basically surrender time to time, even one marriage is difficult. With surrender, even extraordinary arrangements becomes harmonious. So if there is surrender, then this kind of like an extraordinary arrangement where the Lord is instructing her to marry 10 brothers, that can also become harmonious. And that's the prerequisite for it, that it needs to have the Apritak Dharma and Arpita Saya. So obviously, but this is as we said, like, for this for not this age. Now if we try to bring this into our current context, right, if we think that how that can work out, let's think about, like, again a situation that a kirtan is happening, like, last weekend we had so many wonderful kirtanias, and all the kirtanias were doing it out of love, so everything was happening so nicely, all the kirtan. But sometimes also we see that where some who are not that much who hasn't been trained, they try to chant very loudly, and one person is singing in a different rhythm and different melodies, and another person is trying to bang the mridanga, another person try to bang the kartal as loud as possible. What happens in that thing? The rhythm, the melodies, they all goes away, and it becomes like a chaos. But when everyone listens and follows one lead, that is, there is a lead singer. So in our sampradaya, it is call and response, right? So there is a lead singer, lead kirtaniya, who is singing, and we are following. Then what happens? Suddenly it becomes totally aligned and very powerful. The same voice which could create the chaos, it is now creating a transcendental vibration. And what is the main difference? The main difference is the alignment. you know. So once this alignment is there, that okay, whatever we are trying. So here the prachetas and the girl, they're all united in devotional intention. So they were aligned. And that's why it's creating that transcendental vibration. So if it is not aligned, then obviously it will create chaos. So again, like the very famous picture on the cover of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the horses pulling the chariot. Imagine if 5 horses pulling the chariot in 5 different directions, will the chariot will move? It will not move. Even like, all the 5 horses are pulling it very, very, like, with lots of force, but still the chariot will not move. But as soon as they all pull on the some direction under the direction of the driver, it will create tremendous power. So bringing all these analogies, the point try to make is that our mind is also like that. Everything that we are involved, like our mind is like that, our family, our society, our temple is like that. If different people want to pull in different direction, then we will not move anywhere in our life. We will be stagnant in one place. But when we have a common united vision and we have the understanding, then it will move like anything. So in Bhagavad Gita, which is chapter 3, verse 9, which mentioned in the purport, that yagnarthat karmano anyatra loka yam karma vandanaha. That means that if we work for any purpose other than pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we become bound, right? So if we try to do anything which is actually not pleasing the Lord rather than pleasing myself, then it will bind us. So then again, one other question comes. The first question was that why we sometimes we try to serve together and we find it so hard, so difficult, right? Why and what's the solution? So we went through that, and the solution is that aprithak dharma, and that we have to have that unity among us, that the purpose is the same. And now this question is another question is, suppose 2 devotees, like cooking in the kitchen, cooking the feast. So one cook thinking that I hope everyone appreciate my preparation, like I'm putting so much effort, so I hope after I prepare after I serve the prasadam, I will be just standing one place and people will come to me and devotees will come to me and said, oh, like Prabhu or Mataji, how nicely you have the prasadam is wonderful, and it will be so nice to see, my heart will be pleased hearing that. So this is one thinking. And another devotee who is thinking while cooking that I hope Shishi Gaunitai will be very pleased when this is offered. I hope they will be really, really pleased by this preparation. I'm not a very expert cook, but I'm just trying to make with sincerity, like whatever I know, I'm trying to put my effort. My only thing that Shishi Gaunitai gets satisfied with this. So from externally, you can see that both of them are doing the same activity. The activity is identical, but internally the consciousness is different. So one activity binding someone, and one activity is liberating someone, and that is from the material bondage. So one person, when it is thinking that, oh, this is for my ego, let people come and say that, no, that you are good, you have done this and thing. That's actually although it's a devotional service, but as we have heard in the previous classes, the devotional service can be done in different modes. So that is, when devotional service, when can be done in mode of ignorance, mode of passion, it's sometimes like, although it has benefit, but still, because we are in the material nature, it can still bind us. So that's why it's important that the consciousness remains clear. And for that, what we need is that the inner alignment. That inner alignment is our Prithak Dharma. So Srila Prabhupada built ISKCON on this principle. Devotees from all places, like, irrespective of caste, creed, like, color, anything, from any country, America, India, Russia, Africa, Australia, different backgrounds, different accents, different talents, but only one mission. Purpose is same: spread the holy name. Right? So that's why the unity, again, it doesn't mean uniformity. So it's very like, time to time we get angry, or we get upset, we get frustrated, and saying that, oh, there is no unity among us. But unity doesn't mean uniformity. Uniformity is not unity. Unity is the unified intention. Like, all of our purposes are the same. It's not only that what we are, that just being. Otherwise, Krishna would have made everyone like a robot, and just do this. No. Unity comes that when all of us have the same goal. Yes, to reach there, all of us will have different way of reaching there. And while we are trying to reach there, we will struggle, we will get frustrated with each other, but at the same time, we need to appreciate that, okay, other person is also putting the same effort and doing and working very hard. So at the day's end, once that the purpose is the same, then it becomes easier to overlook the things that we don't like the other persons are doing. And similarly, it is for the other person too, because none of us are perfect. We all are imperfect. We all are imperfect, trying to come together and trying to serve the most perfect, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is the negative and negative, both the negatives will, wherever you put them, they will just not add any value. But you bring the negatives together, negatives and negative becomes a positive. That's how it works. Sometimes, most of the time, the issue that unity comes, that some devotees saying that everybody should think like me. Everybody should think like me. That is not unity. That is actually control. If I think that, okay, everybody thinks like me, they are not thinking like me, that means they are not aligned, they are not spiritually elevated, they are not devotees, whatever. But that is not unity. By doing that, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to control them. Real unity is we accept the diversity, but keep Krishna in the center. That, yes, we have differences. We have differences in view, we have differences in so many things, but Krishna is in the center. And when Krishna is in the center, then no matter whatever other things have come, we will see that everything will move on. Here the example has been given in the purport regarding the body, right? Our eyes, the eyes sees, the ears hear, the legs walk, the hands do all the heavy duties, cooks and cuts and clean. But the stomach is in the center, right? So if the hand says that, why should I feed the stomach? The whole body will suffer. If the hand says that I should just I'm lifting all these heavy things, So let me take this food. I can take it from the plate, and I will just put it on the hand. I can cover my hand with like plate full of wonderful prasadam. But is it going to help me? No. On the contrary, the whole body suffers, including the hand. So by serving the center, everyone is nourished. So when we try, and that's why, among all the diversities, if Krishna is in the center and we are all trying to serve the Lord, then we'll see that everything will be nourished. So at the end of the verse, it was mentioned, the famous verse that Sarvadharmam Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja. So just surrender unto me. Bhagavad Gita 1866. Krishna mentioned there that Mam Ekam, that surrender unto me alone, one center. So that's what the Prachetas did. The Prachetas actually teaching us about the cooperative devotional service. So we knew until now devotional service. Now it is cooperative devotional service. The devotional service needs to be done in a mood of cooperativeness. There was no envy among them, no competition for recognition. They did not perform their austerity thinking that who will become the leader. They thought that, how we can please the Lord. And when that mentality comes, then no matter how much issues are there, your mind will be in peace. That this is my service. I just wanted to do this service because I want to please the Lord. And also and how I am pleasing the Lord? By pleasing the devotees. That I don't have any intention that I want to become the leader, or whenever I come to the temple, 10 people will run to me and say, Hare Krishna, you came, and they will appreciate me and things like that. No competition for recognition. Often, we see that devotees who have very they could have done so much, but just because this competition for recognition ruined everything. Jore pratishtha means the recognition in the material world is like shukorer bishtha, means the most abominable things in the material world. Please don't go for it. So that's why it's very important for devotees to introspect. That for all of us, that when we do any service, that to think that our meditation should be that how this is my meditation is how will this look when I'm doing some things, or what people will think, say, what people will do, or will this please Krishna? That's simple thing. When we are having some conversation and we disagree on a point, is my concern is my opinion must win, or what best serves the mission? If we have that, okay, no, what I'm saying, this point is the thing that needs to be put through there. I don't care about any other thing. No. The main aim should be what best serves the mission. For that, even if I have what I thought that I have put something and it's a very valid point and things like that, but at the days end, if it best serves the mission, then I'm happy that, okay, what the work that I did that didn't get considered or that didn't get taken, but I will not be offended by that. So when we shift from the ego-centered to Krishna-centered thinking, something really amazing happens. And what that thing? The tension decreases, joy increases. And this is wonderful that when in one of the lecture, His Holiness Bhaktitirtha Maharaj was mentioning that when this mood comes, then the tension decreases, joy increases, and service becomes lighter. And then you think, lighter, what does it mean? I'm doing the service in a a lighter mood, that I'm not giving enough emphasis. No, the service becomes lighter mean that when I'm trying to do the service to gain something for myself, it becomes so much tension, because I was trying to think, oh, if I don't do it correctly, then what people will think about me, or like, if I have to do this in a way that so that people like, come and say that, okay, basically I need to keep this position to me. I'm not going to give up this position. This is my position. Then you'll see that that person is always under tension. It's always like, that person is not smiling. It's not like always under some kind of misery. You'll see, oh, like, and then you try to speak with that person. That person will say, oh, like, so many things are happening. And but this is the thing, that when the ego centered is the everything is onto me, then this happens. Too much tension, no joy. Sukham kartava, like, this devotional service needs to be done in a joyful mood. But as soon as the center started to move from the ego center to Krishna center, that tension starts to go away. That it doesn't matter. Like, I'm just here to do my service, like, to please the Lord, and that's what I can do as much as possible. Then you do your service, and then you move on. Not much tension. The joy is there. Like, joy increases more and more, because now you are not too much like worried about what is happening there. And the service, all those things which I was thinking, oh, I have to do so many things. I have to do this, I have to do that. I like, oh, I have to wake up at like, like this early hour. I go to sleep this late hour. So much things, so much. No, then all the service becomes lighter. Then I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for the pleasure of the Lord. So the Lord blessed the girl to be equal towards the brother. Why? Because equality requires divine empowerment. In Kali Yuga, even treating one person equally even is a challenge. Therefore, spiritual scripture restricts us from the arrangement now. But the principle remains eternal. Surrenders create harmony. So how do we practice Aprithak Dharma today? Like from this, by asking one simple question every day, that is this for my prestige or for Krishna's pleasure? So if the answer is Krishna's pleasure, then whether we are sweeping the floor, or we are giving Bhagavatam class, or we are being like, we are getting a very big position, everything is perfect. So that's why here we see 10 brothers, one heart, many devotees, one mission, many services, one purpose. So if we cultivate this spirit in not only in our temple, like, in our temple, in our home, in our community, then we will follow this wonderful pastime through which prachetas are trying to teach us that what does it mean by following our Aprithak Dharma. So let us pray for the blessings to become Arpitasaya, which is fully surrendered in heart, and to develop Aprithak Dharma, which is unity in devotional purpose. Then what happened, that when that happened, when someone reaches that strength, then the diversity becomes our strength. And the way that we all come together and do service, it becomes so attractive for everyone that everyone would like to come and join us. And that's what we want to achieve through this wonderful, all the instruction that Srila Prabhupada has given us by preaching it to everyone, that please come and join us. So that's where I would like to end. Thank you very much. It's 8:30. So before we finish, if anyone wants to add any points or comments.
That was a lovely class, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. I don't have any questions, but I really love that message of us trying to be united in our bhakti, united in our spiritual purpose, as you say. Very, very lovely class, Prabhu. Thank you. Haribol.
Thank you, Mata. Okay, then. So we end the class here, and we'll again meet tomorrow. Vansha kalpataruvasya,
Hare Krishna.
patashundurasya, patitana. Sorry. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I just wanted to say sorry.
No,
I was just waiting for somebody else. So, thank you very much for such a wonderful class on this verse. And I really feel that the purpose for all of us is to serve Krishna and please Krishna. And
Mm.
anybody, as we are doing different services, for the Lord, and we all have the same purpose to please the Lord. It may be different service. Then why we should have differences?
Mm.
The differences which we have, that I wanted something like that, but the other person doesn't want it like that. So in that case, as we say that in our lives that we have different sort of way of doing things, but when we follow somebody, like we are following our spiritual master instructions, similarly when we are doing services and we may have a different way of doing that, or we don't like that, but cooperation comes like that we have to follow somebody. So that's why there is an authority, and we should really listen to the authority. And then we are all pleasing Krishna, but we all think that we are pleasing Krishna, but we may have some difference. But if we follow the authority, then we can have a unity, because the purpose of all of us is to please Krishna. So that's, we have to serve Krishna in any circumstances or in any position, wherever we live, we have to serve. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Manju. Okay, thank you. So we finish here today then. Vancha kalpataruvasya kripasindhuravacha patithanan pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namaste ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
His Grace Somendra Krishna Das Prabhuji ki jai.
Bye.
Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai.